everybody, and welcome to Build the Routemaster issue 109. And I'm not looking forward to this issue tonight because I've heard it's quite labour intensive. So, and the amount of problems I've had on my bus, trust me, something will happen. Unless I'm like Horlicks and it'll just go all smoothly, or Penny and it goes all smoothly. So yeah, I've got some co-hosts tonight. So first one is Build with Adrian.
Thank you, Mark. Yes, hopefully this one goes straightforward for you.
Yeah, thank you, Adrian. And next is Dave's Hobbies.
Hello, and yeah, Mark, don't worry, it'll go swimmingly as I'm here, you see, so it'll go swimmingly. Don't worry.
And next we have Geordie Dave.
Evening, everybody. Yeah, I think it'll go no problem. So let's watch tonight. It'll be a cracking build and enjoy.
Yeah. So yeah, like I said, I've heard you guys talk about it. It's not the best one, so
No, it's definitely not the best issue to do, but you know we'll get you through it.
Okay. Well, I have taken snippets of the magazine and blown them up on my monitor. So if I need to glance over, I can do and just see how it, because it's very, very small pictures in the magazine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah,
and you really have to do a double take. And then one of the instructions is you don't pay any attention to it all because they've rectified it.
Yeah.
With the cable. So
yeah.
I was having to read earlier.
Yeah.
So Dave's Hobbies is going to do the instructions tonight. Adrian's going to do his usual magic in the background, and Geordie Dave is going to do the chat. And if you can do that now, please, Geordie Dave, that'd be much appreciated.
No problem. Okay, top of the shop tonight is Dave's Hobbies. Hello, everyone. Hope you all keeping safe.
Hello.
Hello.
Then we'll have Dano's Build. Hello, everyone.
Hi, Dano.
Hello.
And we're Penny Pit Stop. Good evening. Sorry, I have an early start tomorrow, so tucked in bed, watching your show until I fall asleep.
Hello, Penny.
So we're in bed with Penny at the moment.
Then we'll have Yorkshire Crafter. Hello, everyone.
Hi, love.
Hello, Julie.
Hi, Julie.
And we'll have Christine say hello, everyone. Hi, Christine.
Hello, darling.
Hi, Christine.
And that's chat board up.
Right. Okay. Right.
Just before we crack on with it, we'll have to sing something to Penny, won't we? It's time to go home. Time to go home. And Teddy are tired and want to go to bed. Time to go home.
Then we'll have one more, Robert Milner.
Hello, Robert.
Hi, Robert.
Must be in his bedroom or his phone watching.
Must be, yeah.
Well, there you go. Who needs it? Who needs Sky when you've got YouTube? So, right. Let me switch some cameras because we'll do the parts first on one camera and then I'll switch to the bus on the other camera.
Okay.
So
we're doing issue 109 tonight, everyone. And we're arranging the wiring and fitting the rear framework. The wiring at the rear of the model is arranged so that it is carefully secured and will not foul any of the final trims and panels. We also fit the rear framework.
I'll get this out from Penny. Hey, Chris, you're a bunch of buggers, and one day I'll get my revenge.
Oh dear.
Oh,
Right.
dear. Right. So we've got two little red circles here, and I'll read the first one first. And it says most of the parts supplied with this issue will be used in issue 110.
Right.
Okay. So key to the parts are, Mark.
Yeah.
109A, the rear roof panel.
Right. So this is the rear roof panel. That's it from this side. I'm not going to get it out because obviously I've looked and we're not using this tonight. So I'm going to keep it in its packaging. There we have it.
That's beautiful, is that, isn't it?
Yeah.
So, really is a lovely piece of kit, is that?
Yeah.
Right, so 109B, side strip marked A191.
A1, no.
A191.
Oh, right. They never, sometimes they don't put them in the pictures in order.
In numerical order, yeah.
Yeah. All right, A191, which is that piece there.
Okay, and then we've got 109C, which is side strip marked A191M.
And that's the opposite side.
Yeah.
So there you motor wheeler.
And that's that piece there.
Yeah,
And A191M.
yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
And then we've got we've got 109D, rear strip marked A198.
And that's marked A198. I don't know if you...
Yeah,
And that's that piece there.
jolly good. Then we've got 109E, not shown, extender cable N. This replaces the extender cable 96B, which is no longer needed.
Which is that cable there. Yeah, but
Yeah.
to get to that... Oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah, you can change it. I was going to say, I don't want to be having to take the battery box out or anything.
No, I don't think you need to. So, right, and then we've got NM screws, 1.5 by 3 millimeter times 46 in red.
Right, well, I didn't count them earlier, but they're all in there. Ready to go, nice and safe and sound. Tucked up in bed.
Jolly good. Okay, and then it says, Mark, you're going to need FM screws,
Yeah,
WM screws,
yeah,
JP screws,
yeah.
and tape from 103I.
Right, the tape, I'm using some better tape. It's insulation tape that I've cut up.
Okay, and then it says in the red circle, the bottom red circle, it says, in the next few steps, the cables are taped in place. You may find they are slightly different positions depending on how they have been fitted.
Right, okay. So screws,
Okay.
I've got my metal screws, I've got my plastic screws, so yeah, all ready to go.
Nicely organised, brilliant.
Okay, then I'll hit some of this.
Yeah, while I do that, I'll switch cameras again.
David Bassett and David Bassett. Good evening, Mark, Adrian, Dave, C, and Geordie Dave.
Hi, David.
Hi, David.
And sleep well, Penny. And David Bassett. Lots of screwing tonight, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'll just fill you in on something else. It's my 26th wedding anniversary today.
It's your 26th wedding anniversary. Well, happy anniversary, Dave. And
Yeah.
happy anniversary, Mrs. Dave. Oh. And we should be really honoured that you've actually not been taking your missus out, and because obviously there's nowhere for her to go at the moment. You're on here helping us. So thank you ever so much for that. And thank Mrs. Dave for that too as well, if you wouldn't mind. Thank you.
Okay.
And we wish you many, many happy more years together. We do.
Thank you.
Okay, Dave, let's do this.
Okay, so step one. Step one is identify the two ends of the red and black cable N76A at the rear left and connect them together as indicated by the blue arrow. Take the grey and white cable F75E across the back of the model and secure the cables in place with 3 pieces of tape, 103I inset. A larger LED panel, green arrow, can be temporarily secured in place with the low tack tape.
Right. So I've already had some tape on this.
Yes.
So what I'm going to do is reuse that tape.
Yeah, and I think you've had foresight of what we've been doing, haven't you? So
Yeah.
yeah. So
But you might find the key comes out on the right-hand side, not the left.
yeah, it does.
Oh yes, so thank you, Adrian. I didn't notice that.
Yeah, it does. It's the other side, other one that comes out the other way around.
Yeah.
And you got the other white key behind it.
Yes. Right. Okay.
I'd stick it quite high up. Not as high as that.
About there.
About there, yeah. So that it's not on that bevel piece at the bottom there.
Yeah. Okay, so the end cable for this I already attached is connected because I wanted to check the upstairs lights were working and also the stairs light as well. So that's why that's connected. And I don't like once things are connected, I'm not too keen on pulling them off because I don't want to damage the terminals.
Yes, I understand.
So, right, so let me just move this around a bit. So that sort of goes round the back.
Mark, the side icon cable, if you look at the image at the screen, it goes behind the big LED.
Yeah. Right. Right, so that's behind the big LED. And then we need to wrap this end cable. Right, so that's... If I use more tape than I'm doing, it's just because I want to make sure that these are in place properly.
Yeah, that's okay. That's belt and braces, isn't it?
Yeah, I just think it's better to get it right now than when the framework goes on.
Yeah, you may have to move one or two slightly, but we'll see when we get the framework up to it.
Yeah, so that's going to go there for now. Then I get another piece, bit of a smaller piece underneath that terminal.
Yeah.
And most of it gets caught up underneath that indent inset.
That's right, yeah, it does. Underneath the indent there.
What was that? Sorry, I missed that.
It gets caught underneath that indent.
That?
Yeah, can you see this?
Yeah, it's in there.
Yeah,
and
okay.
Do that.
Okay, and then what I'm going to tell everybody now is, before we get to it, is have a look at the back of your framework if you haven't done this. There should be little cutouts for these wires, where these wires sit. You may have to file very carefully a little bit more out the cutout wherever the wires go, because some of them may not be big enough to take all the wires. So you may have to file the framework on the reverse of it to fit the wires underneath. It doesn't happen every time, but sometimes, and that depends on where your wires are going and how much paint there is on the frame itself. Because the frame, once it's screwed to the back end of the bus there, it can cut through your wires if they're very, very tight.
Okay, so I've tied that one up. Next is I need to do the white cable. So they've got it coming down. Right, so that's the cable from that. And that junction box is roughly, oh no, it's a bit higher. Right, so that junction box is roughly, so if you can't see this, just try to get this in place.
That's okay, Mark. Well, while you're doing that, I'm just going to do Geordie Dave's job because it's not him congratulating himself. But David Bassett says, congratulations and happy 26th wedding anniversary to Mr. and Mrs. Geordie Dave. So, yeah, that's from us all as well.
Yeah.
And Yorkshire Crafter says, happy anniversary.
Okay, then I'll take over. And Stuart Sullivan, hi everyone.
Hi, Stuart.
Hi, Stuart.
And even an order from John's Model Making.
Hi, John. Thanks for joining us.
And thank you, David Bassett and Yorkshire Crafter.
It's not easy, is it?
No. No, it's not easy arranging all the wires, but
No.
it's very worth it.
Yeah.
Very worth it indeed.
Okay. So that's
Okay.
like at the moment. I know there's a lot of tape on there, but I love electrical tape, so
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah. Okay. So we'll move on to step 2 then, if you want.
yeah.
Okay. Step 2 is another load of instructions. Step 2 is at the rear right of the model, temporarily undo 2 JP screws circled in light blue. Ease the red and black cable N58C behind the framework 102A so that it runs straight from the battery box as shown. The tape holding the cable behind the framework may need to be lifted. Connect red and black cable extender cable N96B between cable N76A and N58C. Replace the 2 JP screws. Use two more pieces of tape, 103I, to hold down the grey and white cable F75E in place. The inset above right shows an alternative view. And then when you go into the inset above right, there's a note and it says, we have made the last minute change to the parts to save undoing the JP screws and rerouting the cable N as described in step 2. A revised extender cable 109E has been supplied with this issue to replace extender cable 96B. This should be connected between cables N58C and N76A and taped in place vertically alongside the frame.
Right. Okay, so disconnect N. Put in the extender cable.
All that just to reroute one cable.
Yeah. Crackers instructions, really, aren't they?
Yes, all that.
To tell you the truth, though, the end cable, mine was pulling, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Mine was really pulling, and I wouldn't have trusted that. It was pulling when the circuit board was out.
Yes.
And going straight upwards.
Yeah. And I just can't remember off the top of my head what's on the end cable.
End cable is for the lighting upstairs.
Ah, right.
Right, so I need to put some tape on.
Okay, I'll hit the chat. Stuart Sullivan. Hey, gents, ladies, great to be with you all.
Yeah, great to have you with us, Stuart, and because you've been busy as well and usually working, aren't you? So, and you do work for the NHS, and thank you ever so much for everything you'll do for the NHS. Thank you very much indeed, keeping us all nice and safe.
It should be, we'll fight them in the trenches, we'll fight them in the air, and we'll fight them in the hospitals.
Yes, should be, yeah. It's just a shame that some people Only the very few minority aren't taking any notice.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're talking about if they do open more for Christmas, when we have to pay for it in January.
Yes, we will. Yes.
My honest opinion, and a lot of people will probably disagree with it, but I believe I think they should keep the lockdown over Christmas. People's lives are more important than one day.
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely. I mean, we haven't seen our daughter for a long time now, and I will gladly sacrifice Christmas to see her in January. Rather than risk anything happening, but there you go. We don't know, do we?
Okay, I think I've sorted that cable.
Okay, jolly good. So, does it look like the inset
Yeah,
that you have there, the inset picture?
yeah, it does.
Okay, jolly good. So, step 3 then, Mark. The red and black cable G76C across the rear of the model. Fix the cable joint in place with a piece of tape, 103i, as shown, so that the 2 LED indicators, circled in yellow, run either side of the bus. Note from this angle that where the cable F is at 75E is taped in place, there is a recess to accommodate the indicator housing circled in light blue.
So this is the channel it's running.
Yep.
So it's just a case of following that channel.
Yes.
It's just basically taped to just above it.
Yeah.
That connection.
Yeah, you can see.
Well, then why have a channel?
Oh, you'll find out.
Yeah, they probably have a channel for the main cable, but they couldn't fit the plug in that groove.
Yeah.
So basically, the cable hook comes out of that channel into the connection, and boat goes back into it, sort of thing.
And the connection is just a bit higher than that channel.
Right, need some more tape. So
More.
I'll do the chat. Stuart Sullivan, my pleasure, Dave. Love the job.
Thank you ever so much.
David Bassett, thank you to all NHS workers who are keeping us all safe.
I quite agree with that.
David Bassett, as some of you know, my daughter works in the NHS mental health in Northampton. She is working right through Christmas.
Bless her heart. Bless her heart. She's lovely.
So Dave did mental health myself. Top marks to your daughter. Tough job.
Yeah. Very tough for her at the moment. Yeah. Tough for us as well. Without saying too much, she has got learning difficulties. So yeah, it's even worse.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We just get some new starters in our job, and I've just said we'd have come in at the time where there's not much gets done. So I says,
Mark,
yeah,
that white and grey cable, that's more taping going upwards, and most of that is actually caught underneath the socket.
right.
Do you want me to bring back up the image again for you?
Yeah, because the image is quite small on the thing.
Okay. Ah, right. Yeah, it's a bit.
Because that's the plug socket is trying to deal with.
Yeah.
And most of that cable is actually caught underneath the other socket.
Yeah.
Right.
And that indent is where the blue circle is. That's for the indicator section.
Yeah.
Right. So it's
Yes.
it's running more or less where the end cable is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Josh, I bet you guys had some fun when you did this.
Oh yes, not enough.
I'll hit the chat. David Bastard, thank you, Stuart. Much appreciated.
Definitely so.
And I believe that means great.
Yeah.
Or clap.
Stuart Silverman, this is looking fantastic, Mark.
Thank you. Right, hang on, I need to take some tape off here then if it's running differently.
The top section might be in the correct place because it goes up as like an angle sort of thing.
Right.
It'll just be where the indicator is. That'll be the problem. It'll want moving round. That's it. It'll want moving.
It's just by the socket, lower socket, just right hand side. Then it goes off to the left and up.
It is one of the most difficult jobs.
Tell me about it. Okay, I think I'm right, but like you said, I might have to do some fine tuning.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, so step 4 then. Step 4 is take the cable O and turn the LEDs so that they are at right angles to the green strip as indicated by the arrows.
More bending of LEDs.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're not seeing what I'm doing. Move this around a bit. There we go. So bending them down first. And then
I put a little bit black tape around them so that it didn't shorten out on the air metal.
Yeah, I think that's what I missed out on our red one, because it's when I put the panel on, and I didn't test the battery on it until I got. I tested the battery when I got the framework on. I didn't test everything when I got the panel on, and then when I put the batteries on and I put after I put the outside panel on, I got a short. So I'm thinking it's probably to do with that strip there going across the back.
okay. Right. Okay. I bent them LEDs.
Okay. Now this is where it gets interesting, Mark.
Yeah.
Okay. So step 5 is position the rear frame 103B near the back of the model and fit the LED to the center of the green strip O at 76B into the socket in the rear frame 103B. Bring the LED on the end of cable F 75E to the frame and fit it to the socket in the bracket 103H. The inset top shows the lamps in place. Fix the green strip 76B in place with a piece of tape 103I inset right.
Right, so this wire is going to the license plate light.
Yes.
Getting that gets kicked over.
I'm learning.
Yes.
Okay.
And then you want your green strip. And the center one goes in the center one above that number plate light.
Gosh, right. Do you want to put some tape over those wires off the LED basically?
Off the joint there, because that's where you might get a short.
Right, let me just put some tape there. Right, so it goes in the shop, going in downwards. Oh gosh.
Take your time, Mark. You're all right. So I'll cut into the tape.
Let me get some tape ready.
Okay.
Let's go through the chat. John model making, very pretty wiring issue with lots of adjustments when fitting the rear panel.
Yeah, absolutely. It's quite difficult, is this bit?
This Routemasters will look gorgeous when finished. That's by John's model making.
Yeah, it certainly does.
Stuart Sullivan, looking at the build now, it's hard to remember all the wiring hidden beneath the panels of the bus. But what an achievement building this icon. Could happily do this all again.
Yeah, you and me too, Stuart. I could do. So.
And John's model making it, it's definitely worth building too.
Yeah.
Dave, you'd have a whole fleet of them if you could.
Oh, I would, yeah.
Right, just cutting some more tape up. Right, this should be fun.
Okay. You could really do with something to put that frame on while you're working on it.
Yeah. Just seeing what I've got to hand. No, that's not right because, yeah.
So if I said to you on the green strip that the bulbs are facing downwards,
Yeah.
is that correct?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay, good, good, good. Right. Okay, we're getting ready for step 6 now then.
This way it gets fun.
Yeah. So yeah, this is where it gets a lot of fun. So right, step 6 is carefully checking the cables. The next step is to fit the rear frame 103A and 103B to the back of the model assembly, ensuring that the screw holes are aligned as indicated by the arrows, and take time with this to avoid trapping any of the cables behind the struts of the frame. The inset right shows the rear frame in place. Note that the right indicator cable 76C fits under the frame, circled in light blue.
Oh my word!
Yeah, this is where you may have to check every joint where the cables go through the framework to just make sure that nothing's trapped.
Guess what?
That's what happened to me.
That's
Oh
broken.
no!
That's what happened to me.
Oh no!
Right, start from the top and work my way down, I suppose.
Okay. You do know that you cannot get that in without framework on.
Pardon?
That side destination blind light, you
Yeah.
can't without the framework on.
Well, I probably won't be using it because I don't do soldering.
Okay.
It broke off, Dave.
Yeah.
Mine doing the same, Mark.
Mm.
So I haven't got my side right.
Do we know what screws go in here at the top?
Yeah, I think they are.
Because if I can then hold it, I can then train. If I can have this held in place, I can then train the wires to go around it.
Okay, just a second. Them at the very top.
Yes, these.
WM.
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 WM screws.
Right.
Times 2. But be very careful, Mark, because they're going at a silly angle.
Right.
And if you put them in too far, you will split the plastic behind them.
Right. WM.
Okay. Can you see that they're going at a funny angle?
Yeah.
I'd say that's enough turns if it's just bitten.
No.
Oh, no.
Nope.
Been there, done that.
That'll be enough.
I'm pretty sure that you might struggle with that one. It might have been better to put the side ones in, actually.
I'm just trying to. If I put the side ones in, I would. Oh, right, it's lined up.
Okay. Just take your time, you're all right.
Right, so they've caught. Now I can work on the wiring.
Okay.
Okay, so.
Okay, so steps, we're on with step 6. Step 6 is quite a. I mean, we've just read out the instructions for step 6, but there is a lot more to it than what it actually says, because you've got to get these wires in the right place. You've got a grey wire there going across your window, I can see.
Yeah.
You see the grey or white?
Because that's going to your number plate. That's like called up on the right hand side of the number plate.
Yeah, I'm just having to redeal with this LED strip.
Yeah, it's a pin in the backside, is that one?
Right.
Right, well, you've got that like that. Just pull that grey wire down so that it's not trapped behind that window. And then your indicator wire wants to go behind that bow on the right.
Behind what? Sorry.
So the right indicator wire
Yeah.
wants to go behind the bar on the right hand side.
Behind the bar.
Yeah, behind the
framework.
Framework.
Right.
Okay, so you should have 2 indicator wires in there somewhere.
Yeah, I've got 2. Yeah.
Yeah, so leave one sticking out towards the left hand side.
You mean
And then-
here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right. I'm with you.
And the left one sticks out.
Okay, so there should be 2 there, shouldn't they?
Yeah. I've got
Yeah,
one.
so tuck one behind the bar.
Yeah.
Okay, and that's it. You've cracked it. And then the other one comes out just loosely there,
Yeah.
both above that bar, that centre bar.
Right.
Yeah, okay, you cracked that. Man, that grey wire again on the corner of the window.
Yeah.
Do you want a close up image again?
Hang on. It's teasing them round it, you see.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult. Very difficult indeed.
And then I'm also double checking I'm not covering any screw holes.
Yeah. Yeah, because you could easily put a screw through a wire. It might pay you now to go on to the next step.
Right.
But it depends on how far away your frame is from your bodywork.
At the bottom, quite far away.
Okay. So I would do step 8 first then, but this is entirely up to you.
Step 8.
Yeah.
Right, so fitting WM screws in.
Yeah, WM. So step 8, we'll go back to step 7. So step 8 says at the rear right corner, fix the side of the rear frame 103B to the right wall frame 102A using 5 WM screws. Continue upwards. Use 2 WM screws to fix the side of the rear frame 103A to the right wall framework 95A inset below. At the rear left, fix the left side of the rear frame 103A to the left wall frame 92A with 2 WM screws inset below. So that's like you're doing down the side and you're doing down the other side near the wire you've broken off.
Right. I'm still just trying to get this side here. Still trying to
Manipulate the wires.
marry up.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult to do. It's easy for us to sit and watch.
Yeah.
It's
right. Okay, we're getting somewhere.
I can't emphasize enough that there is like cutouts on the framework behind the framework that the wires will fit behind.
Yeah.
And some of them aren't deep enough. Some of them want filing out.
It's getting past these wires here. That's
Yeah.
cut bit.
A
To get
bit of,
that panel flush against the other one.
yeah.
So anyone actually doing it, they should actually line up that edge first, get past the wires, and hinge it around, sort of thing.
Yeah. So do you want to bring the chat up, Dave?
David Bassett, why are port work companies obsessed with Ford Mustangs? Seems like a different new model is released every few months.
I agree with you entirely, Dave. There's that many Ford Mustangs. Ford Mustangs must have sold out by now.
Stuart Sullivan, does anyone know the roof panel issue numbers?
Roof panel issue numbers. I've actually got all the books in front of me at the moment.
104, 105, 106. Is it? Yeah. That's the roof panel.
David Bassett, would love another bus, perhaps another London Icon, the RT, or my favourite, a mid-1960s single-deck modernised AEC Regal 1V RF Green Line coach. Numerous books ran through London.
Yeah, I agree with you there, David. Anything like that would be straight up my line as well.
Yep. Stuart Sullivan would love the RT bus. Bill David?
Yeah.
Stuart Sullivan, RF beautiful single decker. Remember visiting cousins on a Green Line RF as a kid?
Yeah, lovely there.
Stuart, I'm looking forward to this is from David Bassett. Stuart, I'm looking forward to seeing the Backermans EFE U17 scale Craven's bodied RT model due next year.
Yeah, I am too. I'm looking forward to seeing that.
And Stuart Sullivan, thanks, Mark.
Side.
Was that a new that's a new model coming out by EFE?
Yeah, it's been long awaited, Dave. Long awaited, the Craven's bodied one.
Right, I'm getting somewhere, sort of. Just trying to figure out why certain things are not lining up and That's fine. Yeah.
I'd get a screw in that left-hand side.
Is it the same screw or WM?
WM, I think, yeah.
They're quite long screws.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's got a lot to pull in.
Yeah, they're a WM.
Yes.
Just so it's enough, man. Probably needs to be like. It's just another one that's out the way. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, but it's not wanting to go in.
Ah, right. Can't be lined up.
We'll try the bottom one. Right, that bottom one's caught it. Right.
Is there any possible chance you can get one or two down that side?
Just
Because then they might start and pull it together, but be very mindful of your wires going under the frame.
yeah. Gosh, you need to be contortionist to work on this bus.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not easy. Everybody's complained about this back end.
Right, I've got one in part way.
I think it's what it is. It's little by little. You can do bit by bit.
The trouble is, if you don't get this in tight, your panels will struggle on that corner.
Yeah.
Right. That's right. You've got to have it nice and tight. There's some more chat, Dave, if you want to bring that up.
What, Lizzie Harris? Lizzie Harris, evening guys. Sorry to join it so late. Can only stay for a while. The Sandman awaits. Patience, Mark.
Yeah, thanks for joining us. Yeah, no, it definitely is a patience one. Is this one nice and steady and slow? And there's a song there as well, isn't there, Izzy? Mr. Sandman,
yeah,
bring me a dream. Da, 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 da. Forgot the words.
Our mate of mine, that used to be his CV co-sign, Sandman.
Is it?
Aye. David Bassett. I used to catch the Green Line RF on Route 711 from High Wycombe to Uxbridge to get the 207 Routemasters at the Shepherd Bush. When Golden Rover tickets were introduced, used to go to London or Reigate.
Wow.
Izzy Harris, Peaches and Cream.
Peaches and cream, yeah, that's the one. Peaches and cream. We're showing our age now, is they?
So what I'm doing here is I'm just trying to get every screw lined up in the holes.
That's a good idea. So you're working on step 8.
Yeah.
Okay, with them down the left and the right hand side of the framework. And what I'm going to say to you now is, what if you backtrack to step 7, if you can, to the rear framework is fixed in place with FM and WM screws, starting at the lower edge, fix the frame 103B to the rear platform 58A with 3 FM screws. Note that there is still a recess for the indicator housing circled in light blue.
Right. So I've got all the screws now in line running down here. So FM? Yeah.
FM, yeah. And the rear bottom 3 of them.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, chat's coming in good tonight.
Okay.
David Bassett, who remembers Winty Bars?
Yes, I do. Yes, definitely.
Izzy Harris, yep, I'm the youth of old age.
You and me too, I think.
Me too. David Bassett, Lions Corner House in London.
Aye.
And Yorkshire Crafter, you're doing a great job.
He is that. Julie, he is that.
It's a very difficult part, this.
Yeah.
It reminds me of the engine.
Yeah.
Oh, don't go on about that engine.
Well, I think the engine and that was the hardest part, I think.
No, I need to get this panel in a bit more before I can get to them screws.
Okay.
Okay. Right. Might be off camera a little bit, but I'm just gonna do my best.
All right. Are you using your Wearer EX0?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, so hang on. Oh, you can sort of see what I'm doing.
Yeah, we can see what you're doing. Don't you just carry on. As long as you're happy.
Yeah, I'm just going up the screws and tightening as much as I can.
I would do them evenly if you can, Mark. A bit like a cylinder head.
Yeah. And then once I've done them, I'll go back down and start again.
Have you got them both located on the left-hand side?
I've got one located. I just need to get another located. I'm hoping this.
I suggest you, before you type those others up, try and get that one in, because
So you could be pulling it across.
Yeah.
yeah, because then you got movement with both bits of frame. Then
Right.
It's a case of like doing them all up, but in like a sequence, so it pulls itself together. If you know what I mean.
Yeah. Ugh.
isn't the top one you didn't locate at the moment?
Yeah. Oh, that's located itself now.
Excellent.
Getting a sweat on with this.
Yeah. Good workout.
Right, so this side is flush almost. Once I've tightened this one up. Right, that's flush.
Okay.
Now I'm going to go back to the bottom FM screws.
Step 7, yeah.
Yeah,
There's 3 of them at the bottom there.
yeah.
You might have to try and squash it in with your fingers and then. It will be a devil of a job, so nip with your fingers, but you've.
Yeah, I've got that one in.
We're cooking with gas, we are.
David Bassett, keep going, Mark. You're getting there.
Yeah.
And Stuart Sullivan, making this look straightforward, Mark.
Yeah.
Thank you, everybody in chat.
Julie, what need no rocking tonight?
Oh, there goes the cool.
Oh, really been going that long?
Yeah.
Gosh. I did not know that.
Okay.
At least I don't have shaky hands tonight.
No, okay. Don't forget about your top two as well.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
So we'll do that in step 9.
Right.
Because it comes into all these really. So step 9 is fix the top of the framework, 103A, to the ceiling frame, 97A, using 2 WM screws.
Which you should already have in place.
Who was that crazy person that decided to do this live?
You did. I can hear the chink, chink, chink of coins going in the swear jar.
It'll be worth it once it's fully built.
Aye.
That's what I keep telling myself.
Yeah.
David Bucket, going cuckoo already.
Yeah, we've already gone there, I think, David.
And Yorkshire Crafter. No, that's true.
Oh,
Yeah.
hang on, I'm just going to have to give my wrist a break.
John Ron Maitland, you might be a little limp-wristed later, Mark.
Oh, sad and all.
Oh, we've all been there, John. Right. So, oh, blimey. I can feel the heat coming off the screen now, Matt, from you sweating.
Yeah.
So, right. Do you reckon you've got all them in?
I think we need a couple of more turns down the side.
Okay. Don't go too mad on the top there, like I said, because then push into that plastic in the roof bit inside. Okay. So if you just run your finger inside and you'll feel what I mean.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a bad design, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is a bad design.
Right.
Okay.
So, hopefully this time when I go through these screws, you just need a couple more turns.
Yeah, and then your bottom ones as well.
Oh, I've missed a screw. Oh, I didn't know that.
What, in the frame?
Yeah, because it was painted over.
Okay.
FM.
No, that's WM down the side, I think, Adrian.
Yeah, it's WM.
All right.
There's a bit more chat, Dave, to keep you occupied.
Still again. We've all been limp wrist and blistered too.
Yeah.
John model making, I ended up with Popeye on.
Yeah.
Dave Hobbies got it 3 times over.
Yeah, that's right, I did.
I would not like to have done this 3 times over.
Glutton for punishment, I am. Glutton for punishment. Right. Are they getting there, Mark?
Yeah. I think I'm going to need a new screwdriver after this issue.
Yeah. You do realise you've just added about £6 to your model.
No,
Wait.
I'm doing Routemasters weightlifting later.
Once you've got all them in, check your lights. Put your batteries in, make sure your lights are over.
Oh. Right.
David Bassett, maybe some olive oil.
Yeah.
I'm going to end up getting a blister at this rate.
Yeah, well, I did.
Can't complete a Routemasters without a blister.
Aye.
Getting there slowly.
Yeah.
Right, I think I'm happy with that. Oh,
Okay, well done. Right, you haven't finished yet.
no. I knew I wouldn't.
So you can either have a choice of moving on to step 10, 11, or you can put your batteries in and test things.
Well, I put the batteries in early to test the lights. So let's switch some things on.
Okay.
Right, it's that side. Okay.
So you've got a...
Right, the lights work.
Excellent.
That's my home now.
Ah,
Arm's not working.
Your destination blinds on.
They're not on. I wonder if it's shorted with that wire.
yeah.
That rear destination blind doesn't look on.
No, it's not. I bet that shorted it because of that wire.
Or are your batteries flat?
No, because the interior lights are working. Right, I'll check it with some more batteries tomorrow,
Yeah.
just in case it's that. Okay, right, let's get on to the next thing before I change my
Okay.
mind.
So next thing then is step 10. Ensure that the rear wall 63A and frame 103B are firmly against each other. Fix the central bar of the rear frame 103B to the rear wall 63A using 4 JP screws.
Right.
Work.
Yeah, that's bird now as well.
Work.
I'll have to go in and sort that later. God, these are good.
I wonder if it's easier for someone, you know, taking a two-piece panel apart. You do bottom half first, then you do the top half, because they're both screwed on the outside, aren't they?
Yeah, that might be easier, Adrian. That might be easier. There is a lot to do there.
Even if you just get the screws in half a turn in there, then you get the other one. Could be a lot easier to try and get some cables in, because you try and do the whole section of the rear panel and you try and get all the cables in the correct place.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, step 10's done.
Okay, so step 11. Step 11 is at the rear lower corner. Fix the right side wall 50C to the right wall 63A using 2 JP screws. Use another JP screw to fix the right side wall, 50C to the rear wall, 63A, near the extension cable 109E, inset above right. The JP screws used in this step do not pass through the metal frame. The illustration on the right shows the work completed so far.
Right, so this hole, this hole, this hole. I
Yeah,
think,
so near the cables at the bottom there.
yeah,
And then the next section up, that section, and then the next section up,
yeah.
and then the next section up.
I believe that's probably all you're doing is you're screwing the side panel and the rear panel together.
Yeah.
That's what you're doing, Adrian. Yeah.
Because you couldn't screw them in earlier because before you put the metal frame on.
Yeah.
So they could have pointed those holes out on a previous issue, like when you connect them together, right? This hole and this hole and this hole, they'll get screwed together a later issue. And people think, oh, right, okay. Now when they're coming to do it, think, right, yeah, that's why I'm just putting 3 plastic screws in.
Yeah.
I'm fitting screwing the 2 plastic panels together.
Yeah. And I do believe, Mark, that is completed issue 109.
Right, goodness.
Mark, do you know where the destination blind is snapped up?
Yeah.
Them 2 wires all touching the metal frame and causing the other destination blind later.
I might strip them tomorrow.
Yeah, it's quite possible that could be nipped.
That could be nipped and it could be causing it to
short circuit. Right, I'll have a look at that tomorrow.
Well, I would say if you're not going to put a if you're not putting another, I would just snip that wire.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true.
Snip that wire and basically you separate them and just cover the ends over.
Yeah.
I'm a bit gutted about that, really.
Yeah.
I was the same with mine. I was the same mine done exactly the same. And I tried to get another one to get it to fit back in, but it would meant I would have to strip the whole back off.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that's done exactly the same, Mark, because it's very, very fragile.
The screen should have been as soon as we put that up that slot, basically that's when we should have fitted that one there. Then it would be not less of being broken off.
Yeah, that's
my opinion. The LED label, what's going on the outside, we should have received it a lot sooner.
Yeah,
we do have.
Yeah.
Right. Okay. Oh.
So that is the finished views, and for next week, we'll be fitting the rear roof panel, front corner panel, and trims.
Right.
So that comes in issue 110.
Okay, we'll hit the chat. David Bassett, well done.
Yeah.
John Waddle's making, well done, Mark. Don't forget the Duracell. Evening, gents.
Yeah, good evening, John. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, well done, Mark. What an issue with that is 109. 109, it must be one of the worst, along with, was it 46 or something, and 29 and 103, and there was so many issues that have taken quite a lot of doing, isn't they? And anyway, at least now we've got foresight. For those that haven't done the model so far, they've got foresight of what's coming in issue 109. Our advice is take your time with it. And, you don't have to do it the way we've done it. You do it the way you want to do it. And you could split the frame in half and just do bottom half first and then the top half, or vice versa. But whatever you do your model, however way you do it, My total advice is take it nice and steady, especially where the wires go underneath or behind the framework, because as you've just seen there, they can easily get off by the framework knitting together. So, and if there's a wire behind them in the wrong place, then it will either short or it will nip off so that it comes off entirely. So yeah, but well done, Mark. Well
I
done.
feel like doing this, like,
Yeah.
honestly, what a performance that was!
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Especially
I'm
doing it, you know.
never known I don't like it.
It does get easier.
I hope so.
You just get
Keep on getting these issues where, like, 103. Oh, it does get easier, and then this one comes along.
you just get thick of little red screws, that's all.
Yeah.
Oh dear. Right, I'll do YouTube schedule.
Okay.
Okay, so off the top of my head, tomorrow night is Horlicks,
Mhm.
and he is doing his Terminator issue 61, and maybe possibly 5 issues because we need to slow down a bit on his Terminator. He's whizzing a bit fast. Then on Saturday night, you get another edition of the Routemaster.
Yeah.
Horlicks is doing 105, 8 o'clock, which is all the wire tidy and everything, and that frame. So that should be a good one because Horlicks loves his electrics.
Yeah, he does. Yeah.
Right, Sunday, everybody. Right, so I still have not received my next issues of Spitfire. So probably an announcement Saturday evening, Dave, didn't we say?
Yeah. Right,
so I'll be speaking to Dave Saturday tea time or whatever about whether the issues have come or not. If they have come, then there'll be a Spitfire show. But if not, there will be a special from Dave's Hobbies.
There'll be a Routemaster update. Yeah.
And that's on Sunday night at 8 o'clock. So we will keep you informed on that one as well.
Yeah.
So look out for it. Then Monday is Chris Davies' World, and he's doing his Ecto one, and he's carrying on with issue 2 because he's found it difficult when he is Ecto last. And then Tuesday.
Yes.
Adrian.
And are we doing? I've forgotten the Ferrari, I think it is.
Doing the Ferrari F40.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm looking forward to that one. How many issues are you going to do, Adrian? You're going to do like
I'm going to do 4. Yeah, do 4 issues.
So the Ferrari F40 is back on the road again. So join me for that. And then Wednesday is Penny Day, as I like to call it. Clock, Penny and Yorkshire Crafter will be going live with their diamond painting show. It's broadcast to both channels, so you can pick which lady you'd like to support that day.
Yeah.
Okay. I've got to support Julie because if not, I get told off. I have no choice. Or you do Adrian and he watches it on both channels at the same time.
Yeah, watch one on that one, watch one on that one.
So it's commenting on both channels and it's like, where are you, Adrian? And then he sent me a picture, this is my view, and I'm like, that's what you're doing. Okay. And then Wednesday evening is the Parkwork show, and Penny will be doing her boss, her Routemaster, issues 101 and 102. I got that right.
Yes.
Actually.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes.
So 101 and 102. So you've got basically 3 Routemaster shows in a week.
Yeah.
You're fat. Gosh.
Yeah.
The oyster YouTube with us.
Absolutely.
So that's the YouTube schedule for the week.
Jolly good.
Well, one more chat in. Alan Key, I had to cut a groove in the frame.
Yeah. I had the same problem, I think, with 2 of them. For the destination of the entrance, I had to cut a little groove extra for the wire to go in, so that it didn't nip. And then on the other side, on the off side, I had to recut another groove for one of the other wires. So yeah, very painstakingly difficult to do, without a shadow of a doubt.
So the only thing with this Routemaster is the electrics that really let it down.
Yeah.
Being thought out a lot better. You could have had, you know, if you'd thought about it, you could have had a circuit board on the back, really, or something.
Trunking or something, yeah.
Something simple. They could have been done a lot better.
Yeah.
And I can understand now why some people say they just don't want electrics on the bus, because
that one on the side could have come in from a different way.
Yeah, it could. Yeah.
It could have come on top or anything.
Yeah.
Right, well, that's the longest time I've ever done a live build, and I think this is the longest time I've ever done a live, actually. Clocks are going, I'm thinking, really, is it that time? And I think my hand needs a rest, and my fingers, I think, feeling a bit of a blister coming along.
I reckon so.
That's so at least it's been an entertainment tonight.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll wind things down. So I'll go in reverse order for people to say goodbye. So, Geordie Dave.
Good build there the night again. Thanks for having us on, Mark. And don't forget to give Mark a thumbs up and subscribe to everybody on here. So good night from me.
Okay. And next was Dave's Hobbies.
Absolutely brilliant build tonight. You've got to give Mark a good round of applause there and a thumbs up, nice good thumbs up, because he has worked really hard tonight on that back framework. And if you are doing that back framework in the future, take your time with it. And we'll see you on another live somewhere else with somebody else's Routemaster. Goodbye from me.
And build with Adrian.
Yes, guys. Yeah, take your time if you're doing this issue.
Yeah. So it just leaves me to say thank you for everybody who's tuned in tonight. If you're new to our channels, please look down in the description. All the people, co-hosts that have been on tonight, all their channels are listed down below. So please check out their channels as well, because they are doing some cracking things, all different things as well. It's not just the same thing. So yeah, please check them out. And it's a goodbye for me. And thank you very much. So goodbye.